Senator, you've entered a very crowded Democratic primary. What separates you from the other candidates in the field?
Well, I can tell you what I believe separates us. I have 26 years of experience on the various issues that we all are talking about. I have a track record on them, and I have varying degrees of success. When you begin to talk about women's rights, I've been there. When you begin to talk about issues concerning the border, I've been there, working on those issues. When you can, at the state level, when you begin to look at education, I've been very involved in education, been there. And so to the extent that people want someone with experience that can get to Washington, figure out how things work, I'm that person.
You talked a lot about compromise and civility. Where do you want to see, if you were elected, what are the first issues you're going to seek to bring people together?
Well, I might as well tackle the tough issues. The tough issues being the issue concerning health care. Now, I'm not going to sit up and tell you I've got a silver bullet and can solve it, but I do know where I want to end up. And where I want to end up is affordable universal health care. The thing about it is that we had the Affordable Care Act. There's no sense in, are there issues with that act? Yes. Should we sit down and then look at what those issues are and try to address them? I think that we should. We should not throw that out with the bathwater.
As far as universal health care, does that mean a Bernie Sanders style Medicare for all, where all private insurance is eliminated, or is it a public option?
What that means is that we've got to sit down with Democrats and Republicans, because Republicans have a different viewpoint on that. And so the question then becomes whether or not we can bring together Democrats, whether it's the Bernie Sanders model, whether it's the Joe Biden model, and work with Republicans on the other side to come to a consensus on the things that we agree upon, and then make certain that those are incorporated in any affordable universal health care. I think that what all of us will agree upon is that drug prescription prices are just too high, and that all of us will work together on something of that nature.
With regards to health care, it was asked of the presidential candidates if they would support people here in this country illegally, should they receive free health care. Where are you on that?
Well, where I am right now is that citizens have to be first. And to the extent that we can maintain and help non-citizens, I don't have a problem doing that, given the fact that if we don't help them, then we know what the situation is going to be in terms of the health care for this country. But we've got to make certain citizens are first.
Regarding Senator Cornyn, that's the big prize in your race. You've got to get through the primary first, but saying that you do, he's already called you liberal Royce West. What's your response to that?
Well, he didn't call me liberal Royce West when I was helping him with his legislation in Texas. And so the question is what's changed? You should ask him that.
And then my last question to you, sir, is did you, in deciding to run, did you take a look at what Beto O'Rourke did last year and figure out a way how it is that you're going to do better than him? And what is that path?
Well, first of all, I'm not going to tell you what the path is. And then secondly, I think that Beto O'Rourke's race was a trend, not a political aberration. And towards that particular end, we believe that the trend will continue, and that with Trump at the top of the ticket, that Texans will recognize that, yes, we want to make certain that we have instances where our economy is working the way it should be working, but we've got to have civility, and divisiveness is not the way to make certain that this country continues to be the great country it is in the future.
Thank you, sir.